So hi guys, this video is about how to utilize the regular batch to the maximum. Okay, so when you join the regular batch, the live classes where you have a definitive timetable, a scheduled plan that a batch is starting on this date and it is ending on this date, that was the whole motto while we joined the regular batch, isn't it? But that's not the only thing that you have to consider. There are a few more points that you should consider to utilize the regular batch to its maximum. See, no doubt you are having an advantage that you know already the dates, you already know the timetable, and you already know that when a subject will be starting and when it is going to end, when the whole course is going to end. Okay, so now how to utilize it to the maximum, that we need to understand. So point number one is that whenever a schedule has been given to you, please follow that religiously. That is the most important thing. Don't try to mix up two things. For example, some of the students say, sir, in my classroom pharma is going on and I am reading CVS from medicine. So don't do that, because you are not utilizing any of the two resources well. Neither you are doing justice with the medicine part, neither you are doing justice with the pharma part. So the whole idea is how to do it, that whenever you are having a class in your lectures, the live lectures, whatever subject is being taught on the same day, the same content should be covered up by your MCQs also. So go back home, let me take example from orthopedics. If I teach you someday metabolic disorder, if I teach you peripheral nerve injuries, then go home and on the same evening, before you come on to the next day class, you should be able to cover up all the MCQs from your Q bank of the same topic. That is point one. Why it is needed? Because once you come next day to the class, at least you know that there is a faculty live in front of you with whom you can discuss the questions which you are not able to solve out. That is one. Second, whenever a subject is completed, always and always please give the post-class completion test. Once the ortho is done, once the medicine is done, once the surgery is done, whatever subject you are completing, there is a test always, and please give that test, right? Once you are giving the test, your doubts of the post-class MCQs that you have solved, you have sorted out them in the classroom. The post-class test which is being given to you, it is given to you for two main purposes. One, to just see how much you are able to recall from the recently conducted class, and second, how much concepts now you have built up so that you can solve the new pattern MCQs which are being asked nowadays, the clinically oriented questions. Okay, so whatever subject you are doing, give the subject wise the post class test and see what all you are marking wrong. Once you are marking anything wrong, the way to improvise it, go back to your notes and see where is the problem. Is the problem that you are not able to remember anything, recall anything? That's okay. For that, we can find out some way, we can make some mnemonic. Or if there is a problem with the clinical concept part, is the concept lacking? If the concept is lacking, still we have got a lot of time and you can very well connect with the faculty to explain the concept again to you. So you can connect with us on the DBMCA Premier group, on the Telegram group. We are available all the time, and you have your own groups also. So you can tag the faculty and you can ask the question very well. So with the subject, with the post-class test, all your concepts, all your MCQs are ready. Then comes your next week and the same has to be followed by the next subject also. Now, once a month you are getting a GT, the grand test. Usually we are conducting it on the first week or the second Sunday of the month. So give the GTs. Please don't have this misconception that I have only read 5 subjects, I have only read 7 subjects, I have only read 10 subjects. Why to give the GT? How will I solve the question of other 9 subjects? No, that's a wrong thought process. So what you have to do, give the GTs on the regular basis. At least see, in these GTs, you have the opportunity, you have the privilege to leave whatever you don't want to mark the things wrong, to guess the questions. So whatever trial you want to attempt with yourself, your memory, your recalls, your concept, you can do it here. And don't leave any stone unturned today that can hit you in your NEET exam when you're sitting in the examination hall. That's what we don't want. Okay. So give the GTs. Don't think about the 9 subjects which are left. Think about the 10 subjects which are done. Once you go home, don't think of the rank, don't think of the score that you have got from overall GT. Think of the number of questions which were from the subjects that you have already completed, and then see the negatives that you have marked from those subjects which you have read already. Now again you have to work on them. The GTs, one of the most important part of your preparation strategy for the NEET examination. I can assure you for that. You see any topper, you see any ranker who has secured a seat in the first attempt or the second attempt, one thing is very, very common. What is that? The notes, own notes. And second, the test. Once you give the GTs, all the negatives that you have marked wrong, the questions, go back home, open up your notes and try to see where you have written that particular section and read the whole section again. Where was the problem? Was the problem a factual one? Was the problem a conceptual one? So again, you have got a lot of time. And in GTs, if you're performing well, you are very well added to the Super 30 group, the WhatsApp group that we have at DBMCI. If you're not even added to that group, so you have to improvise it. You have to have that zeal in you that I will make it to the Super 30 this time, right? So if you're not going into that group, then even you can tag the faculty in the groups, in the Telegram group, on the Facebook group, and you can have the answer, the fact or the concept, how to remember it. I am missing it. Okay, so there is a lot of time in which we can improvise ourselves. So utilize your live classes, be fixed, be dedicated to the schedule. One. Second, same day MCQs. Third, post class test. Fourth, the GTs. And I can assure you, nothing is going to stop you from cracking the exam and securing a rank for you. Okay, so this is the best thing, this is the best way, this will be the best strategy that you can follow. Another thing that I wish to discuss with you about the regular batch, that regular batch will be ending somewhere in the month of March, right? This batch that is ongoing. So if we keep the date somewhere after March for the exam, maybe in April, maybe in May, somewhere like that. So most likely in April, that is what we are hearing from different sources and news. Okay. So by March, if you're able to complete up, don't think about the plan, sir, March may complete hoga, to what, how I am going to do the revision. See guys, we need to understand there is no other option. We have to read it completely. We have to understand it completely, and then we have to go for the exam. It is not like that we have to read all the 19 subject in 19 days and we can just start giving the test. It is not going to happen. Concepts is the key, right? Having the basics about the subject and the content is the key. So what I told you, please follow that, and I can assure you that you are surely going to perform well in your exams. If for any other thing, if you wish to connect with me, my any team member, do let me know. DBMCI will always be standing by your side till you achieve your aim, your goal, and your dream is coming true. So all the very best to all of you. Study well, perform well, and make us proud as always every year you are doing it. Thank you so much and all the very best.